Thank you so much for staying with us. Of course, we are beginning to round off with our first conversation, which we started earlier. And one of prominent Southeast political leaders, Chief Dan Olase, has joined us. We're looking at his visit to see Nnamdi Kanu, who is in DSS detention, and what to do going forward to ensure their security returns back in the Southeast. Chief, thank you for your patience. All right, before we went on that short break, you were talking about how we can resolve these issues. And now, many have thought that the Southeast governors, for instance, or the political bigwigs in the Southeast haven't done enough, you know, to ensure that what is going on in the Southeast stops. For instance, we do have Southeast governors, and this sit at home has gone on for a while, even though Nnamdi Kanu has consistently said he's not the one issuing the sit at home. And if some people will even tell you that even government officers stay at home as well. On Monday, schools are shut, and you can imagine what that has done to the economic situation in the country. Now that there's a new president, beyond you going to visit Imo governor like you talked about and seeing Dave Umahi, the Minister of Works now, what do you think, what do you suggest people from that southeast region should be doing now to ensure that insecurity becomes a thing of the past and of course meets the president to release Nnamdi?
I think on Sunday, the ohameze, or whatever is left of it, led by Iwanyan, they had an igbo there. So I heard, it was Sunday I came to Abuja, and I heard he spoke extensively on the insecurity, talked also the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But this is not the time of spoken words now. It has to be action, and that is why I said, having discussed with Nnamdi Kanu and knowing where he's coming from, and looking at the peculiarities of our zone, I don't think anything else can bring peace in that zone if that boy is not released. If that boy is not released, nothing will bring peace. It will get worse and worse. And that is why the Imo governor I used to know, we used to be quite close friends. He's a very patriotic Nigerian of Igbo descent. Okay. And I don't know what his problem. I've met him once at a funeral since he became governor, and we never met again. David Umahi were quite close, very active, very, he gave honor to good governance. So somebody we all admire. Both of them can organize the other governors to lead a delegation to get this boy out. Because I give a warning. If anything happens to that boy in detention, present and next generation of Igbos will not have mercy on all of us collectively.
All right.
Because there will be serious problem.
All right. I hear your warning loud and clear. I'm sure the presidency also hears it. But just before you go, we let you go. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, of course, the Supreme Court. What do you expect? What are you looking forward to seeing in terms of outcomes?
I went with my principal the day we did what they call the final presentation. I was with Atiku once. And I listened. That was the day I knew we lost the case at that tribunal. I listened to the chairman of that panel, lambasting, P2B lambasting, Atiku lambasting, the two political parties are putting a petition. Even a senior advocate, Uche, who was making his presentation, he disgraced him. He told you where he was going. But most importantly, I sat in my room for almost 12 hours or a little more than that, listening to the reading of that judgment. I can bet my life that judge did not write what he was reading. Because it was not fluent, it was not coherent. It is something somebody wrote for somebody and he's just reading it. But let me see what will happen in the Supreme Court. I don't need to. My younger brother is a senior advocate of Nigeria, so I don't want to preempt what happened. But what happened in the first tribunal is nothing to write home about. It's unfortunate it did happen.
All right, thank you, Chief Dan Olase, for that. I'm sure that a lot of Nigerians too are waiting, fingers crossed as well, to see the outcomes finally. But like you said, there was a lot of conversations, back and forth, expressions made from Nnamdi Kanu to him in person, and hopefully there will be an end to all the killings in the South, especially one state that is also indicated to run elections in November, and that is Imo State. I want to say thank you to Chief Dan Olase for joining us today to give us right to his meeting with Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much.
Always my pleasure.